ultimate goal, really, as mandated by the law, is to mitigate the flooding situation at San Vitores Road.
And while it hasn't been an easy task, GEDA's Real Property Division Manager Larry Toves says finding solutions to mitigate the flooding in Tumon will continue. The project consists of 3 phases. The first was to do an analysis of the stormwater in Tumon and to identify alternatives to mitigate the flooding. Out of 6, the Gravity Bay outfall was selected as the preferred alternative. However, after heavy concern from the community over environmental and economic impacts, GEDA voted to take those plans off the table.
So we're actually working on phase 2, which is to do construct additional rain gardens, stormwater inlets, trench drains across Marine Drive and some parts of San Vitores Road.
This also includes cleaning and a little expansion of the Fujita Ponding Basin. Phase 3, meanwhile, would involve where to take all that stormwater and dispose of it.
And so at this point in time, we've reported to the legislature the best alternative at this juncture is to consider a dual approach, expanding detention and also pumping. So using those 2 alternatives would actually, in our view, kind of reduce the price, because considering all the 5 alternatives and any other alternatives that we're looking at this point ranges from $7 million up to $27 million. So we have to consider that, and then we have to consider what we have as far as you're aware of our budget for this project.
Toves says GEDA has a budget of $11.5 million, according to a report submitted to the Guam legislature. Combining additional stormwater detention with pumping can lower the project costs. The lowest cost option is to provide enough expanded detention so pumps are not required, but this takes the greatest area of land from future development.
The problem with that is you're actually looking at acquisition of private property in Tumon, and then it takes away from the availability to develop Tumon for hotel, resort, or whatever else is planned for Tumon. But it's something that we're considering. It's a cost to be considered as well, because the value of property in Tumon is pretty high.
Phase 2 will be completed by December, along with designs for Phase 3. Every 30 days, GEDA will submit updates to the Guam legislature with the next report to include a cost-benefit analysis.
That gives the policymakers and the stakeholders an opportunity to decide, based on our recommendation with our consultant or engineers, as to which is the best alternative to consider.
The next report will be submitted by February 17th. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.